Hi guys, I'm Trish. My camera's probably going to fall down today. Um, it is day 2 of stage 4 state of disaster lockdown in Melbourne. I watched Dan's press conference earlier today. Both my kids still have jobs, but their hours are looking like they're going to be reduced, but that's okay because they'll still have work, and as they've both said, it's not forever, they'll manage, it's not the end of the world, so they've got a really good attitude about it. Other than that, it wasn't really overly surprising to me. My main beef at the moment is people just being really ignorant, and I'm just feeling really super pissy today. People, yeah, and I'm talking about the media, like the mainstream media, with their reporting, and social media like Facebook. I don't have Twitter, but I'm sure it's going on Twitter. Not so much on my Instagram, because I really only surround myself with good vibes on Instagram. But I'm certainly seeing just a lot of really stupid people just spreading fear, and I don't fucking like that. They're doing harm. Now, an example of the media is I watched Dan's press conference, and when he was talking about the abattoirs being reduced, I think it was reduced by a third or something, and he was saying that we're not going to run out of meat. As long as people don't go crazy and don't go buying up enough meat to last until Christmas, as long as they only buy what they need, there's not going to be any problems. And then before the press conference is even over, the media's, oh, Victoria's facing a meat shortage. No, we're fucking not. And the media doing that, all of the people who were too stupid to use their fucking brains and actually listen to what Dan said are going to go out and buy up all of the meat, or buy whatever's left after all of the dickheads went out the other day and panic bought everything off the shelves. It's absolutely ridiculous. And the media makes that happen. And then people see that and they go and they post it on Facebook. Oh, we're going to run out of meat. So then everyone sees it and everyone goes and buys meat. It's not necessary. And it does harm, because then people with families who just want to go to the supermarket and buy their normal fortnightly meat or weekly meat or whatever can't. So my daughter and I, we're going to do just one tiny little thing that we can do over the next 6 weeks, and we are not going to buy any meat. That hopefully will just be a tiny little thing that can help other people. Now, we can do that because I meal prep. So my freezer's like already full. My freezer is always full of meal prep. And when I meal prep, I put protein in everything, because I eat protein with every single meal. It's just how I eat. So we've got a whole freezer full of stuff that we need to get through. And I've been saying for ages now that we need to eat everything in the freezer so that I can defrost it, so that we can fit more in there. It really needs defrosting. So we're not going to buy any meat, and we've probably got enough in the freezer to get us through, because I meal prep. But even if we get through everything in the freezer and there's nothing at all left in there, neither of us is vegan or vegetarian, but we are happy to eat vegan or vegetarian to, like the rest of the 6 weeks whenever we run out of meat here, because we're smart enough to know that there are other protein sources. Not other than meat, there's other protein sources. We can eat eggs and cheese and yogurt and beans, chickpeas and tofu. There's plenty of non-meat protein sources. We're not going to be malnourished in any way. But anyway, that's just what we're going to do. We've made a decision to do that. And also just things like, I spoke yesterday about people, the suicide rates going up. And just today, another friend posted on Facebook, she's lost 2 people to suicide. So now my total count is up to not my personal count, but friends of friends, 5 people gone to suicide. Now, you don't know what someone's tipping point is going to be. So I'm begging people, please be mindful of the things that you are posting on social media. And here's an example. In one of my groups today, and I'm not going to say who or what group or anything because it's a private group, but someone posted a message saying, I live in blah, blah, blah suburb. Does anyone, and I'm feeling very alone, does anyone want to be my walking companion between the hours of 5 a.m. and 8 p.m, so, you know, the non-curfew hours? So she's asking, she's reaching out, she's saying, I feel very, very alone. I know that we're going to be having another 6 weeks of this. It's going to be really, really difficult. Can someone please walk with me so that I've got that contact, that human, well, not physical contact, but she can have that contact with someone for an hour when she goes for a walk. She's reaching out and asking for help. And someone posted, oh no, I'm sorry, you can't do that because you're only allowed to go out with one member from your household. So, you know, basically if you live alone, you're not allowed to walk with anyone. My blood was boiling because if that was her final straw, if that was her final reaching out to someone and then someone says, no, you can't do that, that could be her tipping point. And why that makes me so angry is it's just not true. That woman she's not informed. And then she posted up a screenshot of something that she'd read in the media. The media, they can't be trusted to report the news accurately. So I went and had a look on the Australian government COVID app, which is where all the rules and regulations are, and they're correct because they've been put there by the frickin' government. If I can't find something in that app, I go to the Department of Health and Human Services and I look there, another government website, to check the rules and regulations. Every time it's been updated, I go and I read all of them. So I'm quite well informed with it. So I went and checked because I thought that doesn't sound right to me. And I went back and I did a screenshot from the government site and I said to this lady, you are actually allowed to walk with one other person, whether or not they live with you. So it could be one person from your household or one person who is, you know, a friend or a family member who doesn't live with you. But you're only allowed to walk with one person at a time. Previously, we could walk with, you know, if you lived with 10 people, you could walk with all those 10 people. We can't now. We've got to pick one and that's it. So like my sister, she lives with her husband and one of her daughters. So if she wants to go for a walk, she can go for a walk with her husband or her daughter, or she can go for a walk with a friend. Socially distanced, of course, wearing masks within a 5 kilometre radius and for no more than an hour. So there's all this sort of misinformation that's being spread around by people who are just getting their information from the wrong sources. Anything you read online, if you read it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, if you read it in the Herald Sun, if you hear it on the Channel 7 News, don't take it as gospel. Go and check it on the actual government website to find out what the actual rules and regulations are and stop spreading inaccurate information because it's doing harm. You don't know who it's going to be doing harm to. And I saw it with the media today when I was watching the broadcast. Dan has made everything very, very clear. All the rules and regulations and what's going to be happening. He's made it all pretty clear. And then a reporter says, and I could tell she was revving up to write an article about it. What do you think is going to be the impact on people with families? You know, and I can't remember the exact wording, but basically what's going to happen with people with families because they can only walk with one person at a time. Now they won't be able to go out for walks. What do you think that is going to do to their mental health? So she's obviously wanting to go and write a story about that. And it's just inaccurate because if you have young kids, You take them with you. You're allowed to take them with you if you can't leave them at home with another adult or by themselves. So you don't have to pick your favourite kid and leave the other ones at home. You don't have to stay at home and not go out and exercise. You take your kids with you. You're allowed to do that. I've seen other people saying, oh, but what if I live what if I live more than 5 kilometres away from my closest supermarket? Does that mean I just can't get any food for 6 weeks? No, you're allowed. If you don't have a supermarket within your 5K, you're allowed to drive outside of that 5K to go to the supermarket. People need to start using their brains. So anyway, that's my whinge for tonight. I can't deal with stupidity and ignorance, and it's not too hard to go and actually read the correct information from the correct source. And by that token, I'm just someone on YouTube and Instagram, if I post this on Instagram tonight, giving you my opinions and my take on the situation, my interpretation of the rules. Don't take me as gospel, right? I'm probably right, but don't take me as gospel. If you are thinking, oh, am I allowed to drive 5 kilometres, more than 5 kilometres away from home if there's no supermarket within that 5 kilometres? Don't take my word for it. Go and look it up. Go to the Department of Human Services website and look it up. Go to the Australian government COVID app, download it, put it on your phone. Go and look up the rules and regulations for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Don't take someone else's word for it. Go to where the information is actually coming. Look, I'm so mad about it that I can't even speak. So don't take my word for it, okay? And that's what everyone should be doing. It's because there's so much misinformation out of there, and it spreads fear. It spreads, it just spreads bullshit, and I'm sick to death of it today. So that's it. Check in with your friends, and if you're not doing well yourself, reach out to someone. And that's it. I promise I'll be chirpy again tomorrow. I'll be happy tomorrow, and I'll stop bitching.